This is Ms. Swati Salgaonkar, the Deputy Chairman, CIA, Western India. Mr. Manuel Abhishek, of my MD, GoIDC. Mr. Dempo, Srinivas Dempo, Chairman, Dempo Group. Mrs. Swatika, Mr. Satish, President Deloitte. Others, very respected dignitaries, representatives of the industry, my staff of the IDC, the press, and my dear friends. Well, I think I'll first welcome you to Goa. Goa being a land where you have both. You have pleasure, you have fun, and you have business. Now the business part of it, I think we are giving it a boost. And I'm thrilled to tell you that on this day, Goa industrial evolution or other ecosystem, I think, is going to change. And the change cannot be one-sided. It has to be two ways. We on our part have done our job of improving the IDC and the industry sector. I, along with the Industries Minister as well as the Chief Minister, whose vision was of Goa, of ease of doing business, I think we have taken a step ahead. And the entire success story will be only after, I think, you have to do your part. So I call upon my industry friends to look forward in having a better industrial businesses, better investments in Goa. Therefore, we have begun this summit today, Invest Goa 24, with the note that the whole industrial sector will change in the coming years. Lot many apprehensions which were there for so many years. I think all of us have cleared it for you. So now, I believe and I am confident that we are going to have the next step. The Goa Invest Summit will have the Chief Minister for fostering industrial friendly environment, a testament to which will be witnessed through unveiling of two significant memorandum of understandings with TVS Industrial Logistic Park and the Bioeconomic Group. Now all this focus, I believe that everybody looks at Goa as a tourism sector, as a tourism hub or a tourism industry. But I think we from the IDC and the whole state of Goa would like to change it and take it to an industrial revolution that will be the industry will also contribute. Industry as it is contributes to the GDP, to the state of Goa. And with this, we will have the industry sector investing more than or rather giving more returns to the state than the tourism sector. This will lie on the entire responsibility will be that we have done our part and you will be doing your part and be taking it to a different level. The Chief Minister has propelled a lot of, we have all this, what we have been, all the changes with what we have been doing or rather we have done. It's all because of the vision of the Chief Minister and the Industrial Minister. All of us have been in sync with the entire process. And it has not simply happened without the contribution of the Chief Minister as well as the Industrial Minister. We on part of the IDC would like to appreciate all the help, all the assistance given by them. And with their help and guidance, I think we will able to move forward. I, along with my MD, our entire staff would appreciate their services. In fact, the Chief Minister's vision has been what he wanted, and rather he has put it into the real side of it. And I think we will be completing the course of the reforms. Our inauguration, our Chief Minister in his inaugural speech has made some commitments also. I think we will go by the commitments and we assure you that we will take it to a different level. Whatever Chief Minister has said, we will be utilizing his services and his help and assistance to see that we go to a different level. I think with this we don't want to only tell you that our commitment has been what we have done today. Our commitment will we will improve ourselves and we will, if there are some changes, we are more likely to have it, listen to the industry and take it forward. We started with the Industries Connect programs where we came to know, where we learned what was exactly the need of the industry. And with that program, we took it, we saw to it that all the changes were incorporated in the new rules. So many, I think my MD has clearly said, explained what are the new rules. Finally, what we look at is Maharashtra being a state where, Bombay being a port city, Goa being there, Kerala being there, all ports. We look at Goa being in the industrial hub. Like Maharashtra is going to be, I'm not criticizing Maharashtra, but it's a more expensive than Goa state. At least Goa is new, which is coming up, and it could contribute in our growth, and we could have as major port, we could have a major port coming here. I mean, in the port here, we could have the major industrial, logistic and complete hub in the state of Goa. Goa not only has, the other states we are part of India, but Goa has a different sector. When you come to Goa, you're in a very relaxed mode. Goa, I think somebody mentioned on stage, says when I come to Goa, I have a different feeling of Goa. So let that different feeling and the industrial feeling change the state of Goa. Well, I think I've taken a long time. I will again thank all of you for giving, coming here, spending your time, looking towards investing in Goa. We, along with our team, the IDC, my MD and our entire team, would look forward in helping you and being part of the Chief Minister's new vision of ease of doing business along with the Industrial Minister. So I again thank you, and I extend a very warm welcome and a very happy stay in Goa. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your profound insights with all of us. With all the recent developments that are currently happening, GIDC has always been at the forefront of leading the change and bringing the innovation. And now we can expect Goa from being a party destination to also an industrial hub in the coming time. With this, ladies and gentlemen, now to share some more profound insights and relevant initiatives, I would humbly request Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee, Director General CII, to please join us at the podium.
It's just a great pleasure to be here. I wanted to start by saying that because I've been coming to Goa in the recent past more on holidays, but this, after a long time I've come after a business visit, and of course had the opportunity of meeting the Honorable Chief Minister and some others when I was here a few months back and exchanged some ideas about the work that we could do, but this is a great result. So I just wanted to really thank Goa for inviting the Indian industry so strongly and warmly to this very important function. Industry Minister has just left the room. We had the great vision setting done by the Honorable Chief Minister earlier in the morning, but it's been listening to the Honorable Chief Minister and what he said. We see a huge opportunity for engagement of the Indian industry, but not just the Indian industry, but the global industry, for association with this phenomenal vision and the journey that our Honorable Chief Minister spoke about. Great to be here, Honorable Ministers and other dignitaries present here, the Chief Secretary, the other officials, the Chairman of the Goa IDC, and I'm sure be soon joined by the Honorable Chief Minister, the Industry Minister and the others, and all our great colleagues and members of the CII and other institutions. I just wanted to really focus on a few important points that I was noting as I was going ahead. And I was telling Mr. Suresh Prabhu, who is also seated here, a person whom I have known for the last 30 years, that and he has been giving his, I always call him an ideas man, and it's the type of ideas that he has given to us over the last 30 years for the institution, for our industry, for our own organization, for Indian industry, and for me myself. His path-breaking ideas I've seen to be very implementable, very practical, and has helped us shape the agenda for the competitiveness of the Indian industry to be globally very strong. And I really admire the type of time that he spends for the Indian industry over and over again. Honorable Minister, as you are back, it gives me also an opportunity for speaking on what areas specifically going forward in the very short and medium term that CII would like to get involved in and to be in touch with. Honorable Minister, area number one, which has been talked about by many others, and I would like to re-emphasize on it, is on skilling. So we run 100 odd different type of skilling centers across the country. The area of skill development, which has been a great focus area of our institution. So one of the areas which I was listening to the other speakers, which we have partnered with an institution called the École Hôtelière de Lausanne, which is based out of Switzerland, and which is the #1 world's hospitality school. And we deliver an 18-month Swiss professional diploma in hospitality through our industry partners, and these are major hotel chains and other institutions. We would like to bring that to Goa, and we'd like to understand from your organization and what. And we'll see to it that through them we are able to train thousands of people in Goa to be fit into the hospitality industry. So another area which I was listening, and I was enjoying the food yesterday night with Mr. Suresh Prabhu, Indian regional cuisines has tremendous potential across the globe. Phenomenal, we are all aware of it. And we will be wanting to set up the first of its kind culinary institute for regional cuisine. And we would like to set that up in the state of Goa. We would like to set that up in the state of Goa. The institute will train a minimum of 500 youth per annum. And the institute will also house an Indian regional cuisine restaurant that not only would serve regional cuisines, but would be run by the students themselves. The Goan students will run it, sir. And we will submit a proposal to the government. I was noting this as several of the other dignitaries were speaking. The second areas that I wanted to talk about, because I heard about it also, was healthcare, which is indeed very, very critical component of our working, of CII's working. We are working in rural India, we are working in districts. One thing that we would like to bring to Goa, and we'd like again your blessings and your involvement, is bringing something that we are doing with many other states called the EICU. So from sitting over here, we control ICUs in the remotest parts, and we see to it that many patients get saved. There are some great people in this hall who could definitely get involved, and we will bring the models of the EICUs that we are doing in the other parts of the country. So the third, Piruz was talking about food, and Rasta, we have grown up drinking, and we talked about food. So in CII, one center of excellence which is based out of Delhi is called Food and Agriculture Center of Excellence, FACE, F-A-C-E. So for the last 10 years, we have worked closely with farmers, private sector, developmental institutions and the government towards building efficiencies across the supply chain, right from the farm gate to the end consumer, sir. And CII FACE would undertake a large sort of a landscape study in Goa, if I may say, focusing on value chains such as on Goan rice, ragi, finger millets, the beans and green chilies, to scope out specific interventions needed to enhance production and minimize post-harvest losses, and enhance the value addition and explore market opportunities for them. So based on the interventions required, CII FACE would also like to engage in capacity building, training, and building on climate smart post-harvest practices which are aligned to our export requirements. So this is, and work with the farmer producers organization. So the CI Center of Excellence on Food and Agriculture, we will bring in. So the fourth is, of course, the Goa State Pollution Control Board and CII. We have signed a memorandum of understanding for promoting green industries in Goa through implementation of what we call the CII Green Pro. So green products, green companies, CII Green Company. So we are already working with your government, sir. And during the first International Environment and Sustainability Summit in Goa, we signed that, and more than 20 manufacturing companies from chemical and pharma, engineering and FMCG are implementing the Green Co rating already. So Goa can actually boast of this very strongly, sir. And the first 5 companies will be receiving the Green Co rating very, very soon this year. And the second conference, we will be also working on it very soon, sir. My last point that I really wanted to talk about, because we'll work on sustainability, we'll work on capacity building in this entire space, sir, is it was talked about MSME. So we are going to bring out a work which is going to be focused on state energy efficient plan for Goa. And the draft plan is submitted for internal approval and acceptance, and the fuel shift opportunity in the MSME sector, conducting energy audits for them, development of hydrogen ecosystem in the state, and also report a multimodal transport system in Goa. So these are some of the areas which I was noting as in our discussions this morning. So to end, sir, brand Goa is known all over the world. Goa is an attraction across the world. But CII, Viru's mentioned about our international offices. So we have 300 plus partners, MOU partners of CII across the world. So we would like to see that we are able to take delegations headed by you and the Honorable Chief Minister and connect with certain very important entities across the world where from we can get specific investments and specific. So if we identify geographies and if we identify sectors, we would be happy to facilitate those visits and have specific meetings with the board of those companies so that they can come and engage with your grand state. So we suggest that the government of Goa can even consider leveraging the sovereign funds from friendly foreign countries through government of India's help. And this is again something that we would like to be in assistance for as we work together. So sir, we commit ourselves as a national institution as well as a global institution to be working closely with you and your government to see how we can take this state a greater state to live in. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us on the intriguing initiatives guided by CII. I truly believe that this will revolutionize the entire industry ecosystem of Goa. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to take this opportunity to invite on the podium a highly inspirational woman entrepreneur who has touched countless lives of women and underprivileged children through her skill development program. Ma'am, as the Honorable CM had to leave earlier, we missed the opportunity to hear from you. So I would humbly request you to please join us on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Shashi Soni, Chairman, please. The warmest welcome to you, ma'am. You inspire all of us. We would request you now to kindly say a few words.
I will thank to all the Goa entrepreneurs and the ministry and the ITC department. It is long way who has brought me to this level. Started my career in very young age. When I thought I will also have to work, if I want to give a good education to my children. First motive was that. Then later on, I think now this is not enough. I have to do much more, and I can do it. And now today, we are a very prestigious industry in defense. First manufacturing unit, Make in India, which was given by the Parikarji. And it was his wish that we have to come to Goa and put up this unit. That is why we are in Goa. And I am there, and I got all the help from the IDC, from the government, and from my neighbor entrepreneurs also. Now we are progressing. Now I want to go ahead. There is no milestone. For me, I met the Prime Minister. Prime Minister said, I know how much you are working and how many hours you are working. This is the result which I got it today, Padam Shri, by the Prime Minister. Not from any state or any personal representation. This is from the Prime Minister, and I am very proud of it, and I will show to the country how much the woman can do. Woman can do for the, woman can fight for the justice, for the house, for the children, for the country, and for the industry also. And I have shown it. Thank you very much of all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. As we move forward, we have with us the Honorable Industries Minister of the State, Momin Budino sir. As I mentioned before, any transformation that the state has to undertake requires strong leadership. And as the Industries Minister of the state, he has provided us with that leadership to initiate all the reforms that have been mentioned so far, and that will be carried out in the months and years to come. So without any further ado, may I request Honorable Industries Minister to kindly address the gathering.
My good friend, the former Union Minister, and a person who has been so active all over the world, I should say, enthusing people, getting the best out of them, can speak on any subject and guide you on anything that you wish. Mr. Suresh Prabhuji, the chairman of my good friend, the chairman of Goa IDC, MLA of Kudgori, Mr. Reginaldo Lorenzo, Mr. R. Dinesh, the President of CII, the Director General of CII, Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee, who gave many a suggestion, and I hope we'll be able to carry them forward as much as possible. Mr. NSN Murthy of Partnering Deloitte, Mr. Piyush Kambata, past chairperson of CII Western Region, Mr. Abhishek, Pravimal Abhishek, the MD of IDC, who has actually been the person propelling change. We can only give direction, but implementation is left to the officers. Mr. Sati Salgaonkar of the CII, the new person in charge of the Western region, and a lot of good things happening through her, as well as Mr. Srinivas Tempo. If you talk of industry and if you talk of regularization in industry, the person you would think of in Goa is Mr. Srinivas Tempo, for leading the Tempo group of companies. Svetika Sajjan, the CEO of Investment Promotion Board. Ms. Shashi Soni, the Padma Shri, whom we just were able to felicitate. It was our honor, in fact. Mr. Thierry Van Helden, Deputy Consul General of Netherlands, who has made it possible to come here. I hope I have not missed any dignitary on the days of this days. Captains of industry, people who lead from the front in industry, ladies and gentlemen, I am more than happy at the Invest Goa 2024, seeing all of you together when we are here making efforts to combine the industrial synergy to connect with the state of Goa, which otherwise perhaps is not so well known in the industrial sector. Even though it was well known that we are known for tourism or tourism related activity, the various things that happen in Goa called the happening place for more reasons than one. Everybody would always think of Goa as the nicest place in the world, as a holiday locale. But more than that, a lot of things have moved. A lot of things are happening. And I, for one, would like them to move equally well on the industrial side. The purpose of this summit is that we wanted as many as potential investors, as many industrialists that we could have, as many as planners in industry that we could have, as many as good advisors. And in this great task, I think CII played a very important role. I would first like to thank them as our national partners, Mr. Dinesh, Swati Sarkonkar, as well as Mr. Chandrajit Banerjee. If only we could translate some of the ideas that we have in our mind in close collaboration with the government, with the new policies that we have introduced, as we have moved forward. For example, Abhishek might have explained to you, but I want to say to you that first we brought in about a very transparent industrial policy, then we brought in a warehousing and logistics policy, and then we were hindered for allotment of land, for those transfers where there were sick units sometimes, where we could not even do any economic activity. Almost 20% of our land in our 23 industrial estates were blocked. So you can imagine how much land was blocked, how many sheds were unutilized, and precious resources were just lying like that. So we brought in a policy. Just to mention that we did away with the transfer fees, even though we were losing some money temporarily. We were looking far beyond with a vision what will happen in the future. And waiving away those transfer fees, now all that has to be done is lease rent is to be paid. So for those who are having even sick units, can get their particular land, their particular shed, their particular infrastructure to good industrial activity, to generation of good economic activity, and that is what we mean to do. I need not tell you, you are already aware. We are placed in a very advantageous position. The locale of Goa can be one of the biggest logistical hubs. Therefore, you need more warehousing. So therefore, we introduced that policy. Like this, we have been moving from one thing to another. Digitization. You have just seen the technical clearance from the town planning was given to one of the company. And that is how we plan to move. Now when you plan to move, as I have been going to the various chambers of commerce in India, in some of the consulates of the country, meeting people trying to get FDI, only telling them one thing: Goa has undergone a sea change. It is not only tourism we look at. We look at environment-friendly, good industry which will generate economic activity, which will propel our industrialists to work here, to have the industry, generate that sort of income for them, expand their company's profile and help Goa grow. We want you to be partners in our growth, and that is what is our intention. I am sure this particular conclave is going to help us achieve that. And while moving around in the country, various people. I have been saying this and I will repeat it again, even if it sounds repetitive. We say, and I believe, you can do business any part of the world. You can do it anywhere in India. You are getting so many incentives, so many facilities from other governments. Even abroad, everybody welcomes industry to come. But I say, Goa is perhaps the only place where you can do business, you can get your industry and do business with pleasure. While doing serious economic activity, you are able to relax in the evening. You have an atmosphere with the friendly people around you, which will rather bring down your temperature, bring down the whatever tensions you have, you will feel like working more. And I have gone a step further. As you know, while promoting tourism, a state like Kerala has always said, God's own country. I was wondering how I will counter them, because I know this is a much better place. Everybody likes to be here. Everybody likes friendly people. The greenery, the God-blessed place. How will I counter it? And I wanted to counter it with facts. And my simple fact is, if a state like Kerala can be God's own country, I say the gods dwell in Goa. They all live here. Why they all live here? That means the positive energy, God's energy. Ultimately, it has to be synchronized to good ideas, to positive thought, to an action plan, to promoting friendly industry, to make your presence felt here. And that is what we intend to do, and therefore we introduce the reforms. And I must say, looking at your august presence in such large numbers, yes, I would say it is largely a great success, though it is for the first time that we are having such a conclave taking place in Goa. Therefore, I salute you and I thank you for that, for such large attendance. In fact, I would like to apologize to some of the people who we were not able to get more registration. We had to close registrations. More people wanted to connect. This is a very good and positive sign. But am I content with that? No. I will be content, I will be happy when actually there is action on the ground. When I have positive proposals coming, industry making an application, that becoming a reality. And my industrial estates getting crowded with good industry coming in, which is environment friendly, which will generate jobs for my local people, which will generate jobs and in fact lift the profile of my youth in Goa. And that is what I look forward to. I want to say here, we must realize we are a young nation. Our population is very young. The highest number of people who are young in the young age group is there in our country. How do we channelize this energy in the great task of nation building? While building our industry, we have to skill them, as rightly said here on stage. We have to train those particular people. It's not enough to have only unskilled people. And we have that golden opportunity. See what has happened after what has happened to China. Everybody is looking towards India. And they are not just looking there. You see, you conquer. They are trying to conquer good places. Come here into our country. So in that same direction, we would like them to also come to Goa. Because we have everything to provide. I want to also mention to you, during the pandemic, many people came to Goa to be away from the sickness, that to breathe fresh air. They rented houses, they bought houses. Today they don't feel like going to Goa because a new work culture developed, work from home. And we were happy to welcome them because they are positive contributors, thinkers, writers, and so many creative people. They have made Goa their home. While you put up your industry, you may be from another state. You can spend half your time here, half your time in your state and elsewhere in the world. But why not make Goa the main place? And that is what is our intention. The government here, under the leadership of Dr. Pramod Sawant, and all of us are making that particular effort to put everything together. We must realize Goa has everything. It's only that sort of a different networking where things will be plugged together in the most appropriate and positive manner to produce awesome result. That should be the thinking. Because I have even told scientists when I have been interacting at various conferences, incidentally Goa sometimes is, and it is a fact, it is a place which has the highest number of events taking place. I have told people and I have discussed with scientists, they say, no, I don't know what happens to me here. I feel like working more, I am not tired, and different new ideas come. And out of the box ideas is the new norm. You have to think out of the box, how to make something work better, how to use the technology, how to use it for the betterment of the people, how to use it for the larger good, how to use it for generating more economic activity. And that is what should be the new thinking with the out-of-the-box ideas. And that should come to the fore. With artificial intelligence also coming in a big way to play, whatever we do, how best we can carry that forward, how best we can utilize that particular technology to the betterment of humankind, to the betterment of the world. And I think that is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. He wants our economy to grow, and it is under his leadership. Today we are the 5th largest economy. From 10th we have moved to the 5th. At least I am confident with the efforts of all of us, particularly all of you captains of industry, you can make it happen. It will happen in a record time, not only as the 3rd largest economy. I dream that we can be the 2nd or the 1st largest economy if all of us put our forces together, we channelize our energy positively, and we recognize our strength, and while recognizing our strengths, correct the weaknesses, plug them together, and we will get those particular results where you can take your nation forward. There will be absolutely no doubt on that. And this is how we plan to move forward. As you know, whether it is billionaires, I don't talk of millionaires, the highest number comes from our country. We are moving up several notches above every single day. You have young people coming up, the startups coming up with new ideas. There is growth everywhere. And to propel this growth story, we want to be partners in that growth. We want Goa to grow alongside you. So my earnest appeal to each one of you, to those industrialists, to those businessmen, to those stakeholders who have come here taking so much of trouble, please partner with Goa. We are there to help you. On behalf of our government, I assure you all the support. Whatever that would be necessary, we would be there to give a helping hand. Just to mention a few things, as you know, we welcome environment-friendly industry, entertainment industry. Sky is the limit. You can have studios, you can have all the equipment for shooting, you can get Hollywood, Bollywood, Tollywood, everybody here coming down to Goa. Imagine the potential it has. Goan food is known all over the world as we have one of the best cuisine. East meets the west, they say, when you come to Goa. We have one of the best cuisine. Why not take it several notches above and make that happen, as was the idea of Mr. Banerjee, as he wants to make it. Yes, you want to have people trained in the hotel industry, in cuisine, in culinary arts and everything. Yes, we will become like suppliers to the world. In our own Goa, as it is growing, Mr. Dempo spoke of another 5-star hotel. Tomorrow, by the time his hotel comes up, your training, he should be able to give all the Goan people there, employing our local people. This is the way we have to combine our synergy and work in that direction. And that is what is required at this particular stage. And you have other areas as well. Goa can be the largest educational hub, have residential schools, have residential universities, have more room accommodation, whether 5-star, 3-star. Today we are short of rooms many a times. Of course, we have started homestays and all that. That is little bit offsetting the stay in the hotels, but still the number keeps on increasing. Goa is so well blessed that today we have 2 airports, such a small tiny state, which I call a jewel in the crown called India. We have 2 airports, Mopa Airport in the north, doubling airport in the south. We have 2 railways, Konkan Railway as well as Southwestern Railway. We have one of the best natural ports, only thing they have to utilize it much better. We have one of the best road networks thanks to Nitin Gadkari ji. We are now coming up even with 2 iconic towers on our Zuari bridge, the recently completed bridge, which would overshadow Eiffel Tower. This is the way we have done the planning, and that's why we call it the double engine. Immense support, tremendous support coming from the Honorable Prime Minister to our Honorable Chief Minister and our government, and therefore we call it a double engine. Double engine has had its huge benefits. While reaping the fruits here, I would dream of making Goa one of the biggest logistical hub of India. Yes, it can happen even though we are a tiny state, because we are well located, we are blessed by nature, we are blessed by so many things. I want you to be co-partners in that, and also the various other things in technology, in IT industry, in food processing, like we have a Latam Parsha Industrial Estate devoted only to food processing. So like this the list can go on. Without taking more time of yours, I would simply like to say, please come, partner us, work with us, let's work alongside each other, make Goa prosperous, and while Goa prospers, our local industrialists prosper, our local youth prosper, you also, we would like you to prosper in a very big way, and you will be blessed by the gods that dwell in Goa. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much, sir, for that really inspiring and motivating address. So, as sir rightly said, with Kerala being the gods of country, Goa is definitely the abode of gods. Thank you so much, sir, once again for inspiring all of us. With the leaders like you leading from the front, the journey of Goa transforming into an industrial and logistics hub is truly inspiring. We all are very excited to see the upcoming developments as well. Thank you so much, sir, once again. With this, ladies and gentlemen, all the demonstration of applications that recently happened on the screen can be easily reviewed now at the booth. So please make sure that during the breaks and the networking, you please join us at the booth and have a look. On that note, please join me in welcoming on the podium Mr. R. Dinesh, President CII and Chairman TVS Supply Chain Solutions Limited.
Honorable Industry Minister, officials, dignitaries, excellencies, colleagues from the industry on the dais, off the dais, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me add my warm congratulations to the excellent efforts which are being put in to conceptualize and organize this platform where industry can get together to look at how the growth can happen in this state. I believe that the Goa will be the first step in the journey to make this happen. And genuinely, if I can request, if I can say, the industry minister has made sure that none of us are going to leave the stage without making the commitments necessary to make this happen at the ground level. I think CB preceded his speech. I am following up on his speech, so I will make sure I will end with a set of commitments which we will speak about. Having said that, I think we have now seen a significant level of interest and excitement which we see from the rest of the world in investing in India. And therefore, what the Honorable Chief Minister mentioned, that this is the time to seize the